Yep.
All right. We ran right up next to the dam, so we can run down the side of it here and not get on a rock. We keep saying we're fishing tailwaters here at Carpenter Dam, very shallow water. I wanted to film one more section today. We're going to move up here in front of the powerhouse where the actual turbines are located. We have a ton of fish up here in this scour hole, which is nothing but a big hole about 40 yards long that has been created over the years from the constant turning of the turbines. It's washed out a bowl area in here. It opens back up over here, obviously behind me where the shallow water is. But I wanted to show the folks how you can fish flies without using a fly rod and using your spinning tackle. I'm going to anchor the boat here in position. I'm going to show you that very thing. It's very simple, highly effective.
Take
can't do it?
Done.
Hey, you know, you can fish the power bait in here for a little while. Use the fly.
Heck yeah.
Let me anchor our boat here, man. Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
We're going to anchor our boat here long way. I want to demonstrate how we use these flies. What we've got is a 6'6" light action rod with 2500 series reel, which is just a mid-sized reel. We use a 6-pound line on this rod, and we've got a double fly set up. We've got one small, one 1/100th of an ounce fly, and we've got a 12-inch leader, which is tied onto this main hook for a double fly presentation. We have our bead, keep the line straight in the water. We're using our 1-ounce cork. Not a 1 ounce, 1 inch cork. It has a weighted bottom. We're going to fish this about 5 feet deep. We're going to hook our cork up. We're going to throw it up against the dam. It's going to float back. And this fly will be floating right over where the trout are positioned in front of this power. There are fish literally stacked in this area. What we'll do, cast up towards the dam. We have a small amount of current that comes back this way from the bubbling of the water. Keep the slack out of the line and we'll twitch that jig as it floats back towards us. Careful to keep the rod tip low. As the cork floats back, we'll just twitch it real slow to give those flies a little bit of action. You can fish this presentation all the way back to the boat. We're sitting in about 19 feet of water. These fish are staged all the way from the bottom to the top. So that's the presentation we're going to use. I need to throw a little bit more to the right. Draw a strike. Go a little bit closer to that rock wall where there's a little bit more current. Keep our slack out of the line. Twitch our presentation. When one of those trout hits one of those flies, that cork will go under. Or it'll twitch one way or the other. Not too much action. Just enough to get their attention. Using a longer rod for this presentation helps you keep up the amount of slack line that's created from the current pushing back towards you. Maybe just set the hook a little bit better. So we're going up against the wall, and as the cork comes back, taking a slack out, switching the presentation. There was a fish, and it's him. There he is. Keep the rod tip up. This fish got on a tail fly. We caught a ton of fish downstream today, but there are bigger trout up here as you get closer to the dam. That's always the way it is. The bigger trout stay in the deeper water. And there are so many people that trout fish that love to fish with flies, and they can't use a fly rod. Well, you don't have to use a fly rod, you use flies. Use these are really micro jigs. When you buy them in the store, the particular one that we're using is just a black 1/100th of an ounce micro jig. Now it's got a lead head, so the purists would call it a micro jig, but really what it is just a small fly. And we're using regular spinning equipment that anybody can use, and you can use closed face spinning like a Zebco 33. That would be an example of a spin cast reel. We're using the same presentation that a fly fisher would use. He was actually casting and stripping line by hand. The flies are in the strike zone. We're giving action to the flies just like a fly fisher would. We're going to catch fish using the same presentation as he would, except we've adapted it to some tackle that we can use. Sometimes it takes a little while to figure out exactly how they want that fly. Sometimes they want it thrown up there with no action. Sometimes they want it a little bit more action. So you have to fish a little while with it to kind of figure out how they want it. And as I said, they just turned these turbines off, so sometimes it takes them a little bit of time to get right. Make a screw cast because we do have about 5 or 6 foot of line off that cork, and it will foul in the air. So you want to make a good smooth cast. There's a fish. And that fish came off. They go right back down. Right down that current flow. These fish are right up in this area, head up. Moving that cork with the reel by taking it. It's very important to keep all the slack out. You can't just throw this presentation out there and just watch it flow back. You'll have so much slack in the line you won't be able to send it to it. And again, we've got that double fly set up. You don't have to use that. You can use a single fly set up. The double fly is just a little bit more effective. Obviously, you've got 2 flies in the water instead of 1.